Palatan, fruition person. They are Sotapanna, stream enterer, Sakadagami, once returner, Anagami, non-returner, and Arahant. So having developed the path of stream entry by abandoning deity and vichikicca, wrong views and skeptical doubt, yogi becomes a stream enterer. Yogi becomes a Sotapanna. Yogi has escaped from rebirth in woeful states. And yogi will be reborn at most 7 more times. So a yogi who has reached the first stage of enlightenment is called a Sotapanna. Sota means a stream, Apana means one who first reached. So Sotapanna is the person who first reached the streams of nobility. Mega is called a stream here because when a yogi gets that mega, yogi is sure to reach nirvana. Just as when he gets into a stream, when he gets into a real stream, he is sure to reach the ocean. So a person who has reached mega is sure to reach nirvana. So he is called Sotapanna, stream enterer or stream entrant. A stream enterer has cut off the rooters of the three Sayojana, three fetters. Sakaya deity, personality view, Vichikicca, skeptical doubt, and Sīlavanta Paramasa, adherent to rites and rituals. So fetters, Sanyojanas are like ropes or fetters because they blind us to these rounds of rebirth or rounds of suffering. So these fetters will not let us escape from the rounds of suffering. So among the 10 fetters, among the 10 Sanyojana, extreme enterers eradicates personality view, Sakaya deity, skeptical doubt, Vichikicca, and adherence to rites and rituals, Sīlavanta Paramasa. People having Sīlavanta Paramasa believe that taking the vows of acting like a cow or acting like a dog and so on to be the real path to emancipation. So here, personality view, Sakaya deity, and adherence to rites and rituals, Sīlavanta Paramasa, these two belong to wrong view. So in reality, there are three factors, three sanyojana, but two unwholesome cetasika, deity and vichikicca. So Sotapanna eradicate deity and vichikicca, wrong view and skeptical doubt. Extreme entera cuts off doubt and wrong view when he gets the path consciousness, megaccheta. When a yogi reach enlightenment, the path consciousness arises in him. That path consciousness takes nirvana as object. With that megaccheta path consciousness, yogi is able to eradicate some of the mental defilements. So here the stream entera, Sotapanna eradicates wrong view and skeptical doubt. So Sotapanna has unshakable faith in the Buddha, unshakable faith in the Dhamma, unshakable faith in the Sangha. A Sotapanna is very firm in his faith, very firm in his confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Other people cannot shake his personal faith. Others cannot frighten him. Others cannot bribe Sotapanna. Others cannot deceive Sotapanna. So at one time, there was a person called Sūlavanta. He was a believer of other sects. So one day, the Buddha knew that Sūlavanta would become a Sotapanna. So Buddha went to his house and preached Dhamma to Sūlavanta. And Sūlavanta became a Sotapanna after listening to the talk from the fully enlightened Buddha. Then Buddha left. After the Buddha left, Mara, the evil one, went to Sūlavanta to deceive him. And Mara took the shape of the Buddha. Mara created an image of himself to look like the Buddha and went to Sūlavanta. And Sūlavanta thought he was the Buddha. And Sūlavanta asked, why you had come back? And Mara said, I made a mistake, Sūlavanta, when I taught you that all five aggregates, all Pinjupadanakhanda, five aggregates subject to clingings are impermanent. Here, there are some aggregates that are permanent. Mara said. When Mara, in the guise of the Buddha, said that, Sūlavanta knew. Sūlavanta knew that it could not be true because he realized, he practiced meditation and he realized that the five aggregates subject to clinging are impermanent. So he looked at Mara and asked, "Are you Mara?" Sūlavanta asked. Mara could not deceive Sūlavanta anymore. He dared not to tell a lie. So Mara said, "Yes, I'm Mara." And then Sūlavanta said, "You don't deserve to talk to me. Go away." And when Mara went away, he reported it to the Buddha, and Buddha said that even 100,000 Maras could not shake Sūlavanta from faith in the true Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So this is a Sotapanna who is very firm in his confidence in the true Buddha, true Dhamma and true Sangha, and who cannot be deceived. Sotapanna knew the five aggregates subject to clinging are impermanent, suffering, and non-self, etc. So Sotapatti Mega is very, very powerful, and there are very many blessings of the Sotapatti Mega. Kevalan Lobekanda Dinan Nebejana. Sotapatti Mega eradicates mental defilements never before eradicated. This is first blessing, and second is Anametaka Sansara Vitta Dukkha Samudana Soseti. Sotapanna Mega dries up the ocean of suffering. If yogi becomes Sotapanna, if yogi attains Sotapanna Mega, suffering are not too many. For the worldling, Putujana, the suffering are like ocean. This is the second blessing of Sotapanna or Sotapanna Mega. And then that blessing is Sabba Apaya Dwarani Pidhati. Sotapanna Mega close all doors to the four woeful states. So Sotapanna will never go down to the four woeful states. All doors to the four woeful states are closed to Sotapanna. And if you get Sotapanna Mega, if you become Sotapanna, Sotapanna Mega enables you to become the possessor of seven noble treasures. Sattana Ariya Dhanana Samukhi Bhavang Karoti. Seven noble treasures, Sattan, Silan, Suttan, Jagam, Pinya, Hiri, Uttapa. Very precious, noble gems. Another blessing of Sotapanna is that Sotapanna Mega abandons the eightfold wrong path. Attingika Mecha Megampa Jahati. You all are familiar with the Eightfold Right Path, Samamega, Atingika Mega. Your path is right. You are familiar with the Eightfold Right Path, but it has an opposite, the Eightfold Wrong Path, Mecha Mega. That path consists of 8 wrong factors, beginning with wrong understanding, wrong thinking, wrong speech, wrong action, wrong livelihood, wrong effort, wrong mindfulness, wrong concentration. Here, right understanding, which belong to the right eightfold path, abundance, wrong understanding or wrong view. Right thinking, abundance, wrong thinking, and so on. Also mentioned here, Mecha Sati, wrong mindfulness. Strictly speak, according to Abhidhamma, there is no wrong mindfulness because it is always, mindfulness is always wholesome. But here we find the word Mecha Sati, wrong sati, wrong mindfulness. And the commentary says that there really is no such thing as wrong mindfulness, wrong sati. But that here, the remembrance of past unwholesome, remembrance of killing, stealing, sexual misconducts, etc., are wrong mindfulness. So if you remember killing or stealing in the past, that is called wrong mindfulness. But if you remember to kill or to steal, that is called wrong mindfulness. So sometimes words are used in different senses. Right mindfulness is to be understood according to Abhidhamma. Abhidhamma says that mindfulness is always wholesome. Mindfulness is always good. There can be no unwholesome mindfulness. And there is no such thing as wrong mindfulness. The idea of wrong mindfulness is to be understood according to Sutta. Samasati or right mindfulness can abandon wrong mindfulness until right concentration can abandon wrong concentration. So sometimes concentration in wrong acts. When you look at people who are catching fish, they take fishing rod and their concentration is at the uh, fishing rod. The moment they feel pressure in the line, they pull the rod up. That kinds of concentration is called Mecha Samadhi, wrong concentration. So other things, when people steal, kill, and other misdeeds, they need concentration. So their concentration is wrong concentration. Sotapatti Mega, the right kinds of concentration can eradicate wrong concentration. Sotapanna Mega, which is actually the 8 right factors, can eradicate the 8 wrong factors of the wrong path. So this is another great blessing of Sotapanna Mega. Another blessing is Sabba Vira Bhayani Upasameti. Sotapanna Mega destroy all enmity and danger. Vira, enmity. Vira means enmity, Bhaya danger. So Sotapanna Mega destroy all enmity and danger. So enmity is hatred that leads to hostile action, killing living beings, stealing, sexual misconduct, stelila, etc. They are Vira, Akusala Chetana, unwholesome volition. They are unwholesome volition of killing, unwholesome volitions of stealing, unwholesome volition of daily lies, etc. are enemy. Because enmity and dangers are our enemies, they can lead us to the 4 woeful states. However, Sotapanna Mega destroying these tendencies. So the yogi who has become a Sotapanna will never kill any kinds of living beings. Sotapanna Mega also destroys all dangers that might lead to falling into the 4 woeful states. And another blessing of Sotapanna Mega leads to the state of fully enlightened ones, breast-born sons and daughters. Samma Sambuddha Ora Sabuddha Bhavon Upaneti. That means when you become Sotapanna, you are the breast-born sons and daughters of the fully enlightened Buddha. Ora Sabuddha. Ora Sabuddha. Breast-born son. Only on becoming a Sotapanna, you can claim to be true sons and daughters of the Buddha. Before that, yogi is still capable of going away from the Buddha and going to another teacher. That is because faith in the Triple Gem and the practice is not yet strong. But those yogi who have attained at least Sotapanna Mega will never deviate from being disciple of the true Buddha, should be called Buddha's true or breast-born sons and daughters. Nowadays, we often say that we are sons and daughters of the Buddha, but that is not really true unless we have reached at least the first stage, Sotapanna. But to show our confidence and devotion to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, it is acceptable to say that we are the sons and daughters of the Buddha. But only a yogi who has become enlightened, who have become Sotapanna, who has reached at least the stage of Sotapanna, can really be called a true sons or daughters of the fully enlightened Buddha. And there are many blessings provided by Sotapati Mega, Inyesa Anika Satana Anisansanam Patilabayascha Samvittati. Many other blessings provided by Sotapati Mega. Having seen the truth and realized the Dhamma for themselves, Sotapanna have their own understanding and do not have to turn to another people, or they do not have to turn other teachers. But Buddhajana have no right understanding of their own, and so they must look to other people for their understanding. Sotapanna also receive other blessings, among them to be reborn in a well-to-do family and being reborn in celestial realms, so having less suffering in the world. Sotapannas, we suffer 7 more lives in this samsara, rounds of rebirth. If they remain as Sotapanna and do not reach the higher stages within that time span. If they do reach higher stages, they are no longer be Sotapanna, they will be Sakadagamis. Let us say a person remains a Sotapanna and does not reach a higher stage, he still will enjoy the many benefits of Sotapati Mega, suffer less in the world, and receive many more blessings to come. So Sotapanna is a person who has reached enlightenment for the first time. And Sotapanna eradicates Sakaya Ditti, Vichikicca, and Sīlavanta Paramasa. Wrong views, skeptical doubt, and adherence to rites and rituals. And Sotapanna has at most only 7 more rebirths in this rounds of samsara. So there are 3 types of Sotapanna mentioned in the discourse and in Abhidhamma. The first type is 7 times maximum Sotapanna, Satekatu Parama. Second type is Kolankola, that is family to family Sotapanna. And the third is called Ekabiji, one seed Sotapanna. It is according to literal translation. So the first type of Sotapanna is called Satekatu Parama, 7 times maximum. because he will be reborn 7 times at most, and will gain final deliverance. After being a Sotapanna in this life, then he will be reborn 7 more times, either in the human world or in the worlds of celestial beings. He will not reach any higher stages of enlightenment until his last birth, until his last rebirth, the seventh. In his last birth, he either will reach the other 3 stages of enlightenment one by one, or he will become an arahant and attain final liberation. Sotapannas are reborn in good family only, and the second types of Sotapanna are called Kola, family to family Sotapanna. Family to family Sotapanna goes from one family to another. Here, Kula family means family of celestial beings as well as human family. According to the text, this Sotapanna will be reborn 2 or 3 times and then we attain final liberation. However, the commentary say that 2 or 3 rebirth is just a manner of statement. Actually, we must understand not 2 or 3 rebirths, but up to 6. Because the first type of Sotapanna has 7 rebirths, and the third type has only 1, and this second type of Sotapanna must have the remaining 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rebirths. Rebirth will be in the human worlds or in the worlds of celestial beings 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times. And in the 6th rebirth, he will surely reach the higher stages of enlightenment and make an end of suffering there. And the third type of Sotapanna is called Ekabiji, one seed Sotapanna. That means only one seed of rebirth. According to the text, such a Sotapanna who has only one more rebirth will be reborn in the human world and the worlds of celestial beings. But according to the commentaries, he will be reborn only once, and in that life, he will reach the 3 higher stages of enlightenment and make an end of suffering. That means he will become an arahant and attain final liberation. So now we have 3 types of Sotapannas. Those who have 7 more rebirths, Satakatuparama. Those who have 2 to 6 more rebirths, Kolankola, Sotapanna, and those who have only 1 more rebirth, Ikabiji Sotapanna. So when we say a Sotapanna will be reborn only 7 times more, That means 7 times maximum. But not every Sotapanna will be reborn 7 times. Some will be reborn according to the division of 2 times, 3 times, and so on. And why are there 3 types of Sotapanna? The commentary explained that according to the strength of their vipassana practice, there are 3 types of Sotapanna. The vipassana practice of some Sotapanna is weak, so they are the ones who will have 7 more rebirths. And those whose vipassana practice is medium, we have 2 to 6 more rebirths. And those whose vipassana practice is strong and sharp, they will only 1 more rebirth. So depending on the strength of their practice of vipassana, there are 3 types of Sotapanna. But there are other Sotapannas who do not fit into these 3 types. The commentary say that the Banka Anattapindika, the female devotees Visakha, and the kings of gods Saka belong in this category. It is said that such Sotapannas take delight in the rounds of suffering. Vittijasaya or Vittabhirata, they take delight in the rounds of suffering. They take delight in the rounds of uh, rebirth. They do not get off of samsara quickly. They want to remain in samsara as long as possible. So they will remain nirvana very much later than after 7 rebirths. So they go one realm to another realms. First they reach to Sotapatipala realm, and then Sakadagami fruition realm, and then Anagami fruition realm, and then the highest realm. They are called Vittijasaya or Vittabhirata. Sotapanna who delight in the rounds of suffering. So these Sotapanna first must undergo rebirth in each of the 6 celestial realms and in each of the 5 pure abodes, Sodavasa, where they will attain final liberation in the highest of the pure abodes. But it will take some time. The pure abodes are realms where the lifespan is extremely long, millions of world cycles. So if yogis could achieve arahantship in this life, yogi would be in nirvana way ahead of those sotapanna. who delight in the rounds of suffering, as they will stay in samsara for long, long time. So when yogi becomes a Sotapanna, that means Sotapatti mega consciousness, path consciousness, and Sotapatti phala consciousness, fruition consciousness arise in your mind. After arising the Sotapatti mega and Sotapatti phala, path and fruition, yogi becomes a Sotapanna. Mega consciousness, mega chaita arises only once for an extremely short time, maybe a billionth of a second. Then Sotapanna mega is immediately followed by 2 or 3 moments of phala, fruition, consciousness. So when we are talking about billions of thought moments in a second, 2 or 3 moments are nothing. So the enlightened moment lasts like a flash of lightning. After that, the mind leads into ordinary consciousness. But those who have reached the path and fruition can get into the fruition consciousness again. When mind takes nibbana as objects, it is very, very peaceful. Those who have attained enlightenment always want to get that peacefulness. Peacefulness of mind by taking nibbana as objects. It is like a vacation for them when they can get into the attainment of fruition consciousness after attainment of enlightenment. So those yogi who have attained the first stage or other stages as well often enter into this state attainment of fruition. In order to do so, what Sotapanna have to do? Sotapanna must practice vipassana. This time, his aim is not to reach the higher stage of enlightenment, but to reach the peaceful stage that he has experienced before. So he make a determination to enter this state, to enter this peaceful stage. So with that aim of mind, with that aim in mind, Sotapanna practice vipassana meditation again and goes through the different stages of vipassana as he had done when attaining Sotapanna mega. And when his vipassana is mature, fruition consciousness arises instead of path consciousness, because he want to enter, he want to reach the cessation of suffering, the very peaceful state, cessation of nama rupa. The state is very, very peaceful. He want to enter. So that is what is called palasamapatti, or the attainment of fruition. During the attainment of fruition, only the fruition consciousness arises. One fruition consciousness is followed by another billions and billions of times. As long as yogi wants to last, maybe 1 hour or 2 hour or the whole day, he enter Phalasamapatti, or the attainment of fruition. After becoming a Sotapanna, what, what must he do? Stop meditating or continue practicing meditation? Here in both Sīlavanta Sutta and Sotapanna Sutta, Venerable Makutika asked that question. Avuso Sariputra, my friend Sariputra, what are the things that a bhikkhu who is a stream enterer should carefully attend to? What are the things that a Sotapanna should reflect upon? And Venerable Sariputra replied, Friend Kutika, a bhikkhu who is stream enterer should carefully attend to the 5 aggregates subject to clinging as impermanence, as suffering, as non-self. When a bhikkhu who is a stream enterer carefully attends thus to these 5 aggregates subject to clinging, it is possible that he may realize the fruit of one's returning. According to the Venerable Sariputra, a Sotapanna should be mindful of the same aggregates of clinging that were the objects of his meditation before he reached his present stage. So, a Pudujana worldling practice vipassana on the 5 aggregates of clinging and reach the stage of Sotapanna, and as a Sotapanna, he practiced on the same 5 aggregates of clinging, which may lead him to the second stage of enlightenment. If a yogi who has reached the first stage wants to reach the second stage, what must he do? He must practice vipassana meditation again. So vipassana meditation is not a practice to be done once in a while and then forgotten. After reaching the first stage, a disciple stay practice vipassana meditation. And as a result of vipassana meditation, yogi can reach the second stage, which is known as once returning. A once returner is called Sakadagami in Pali. Sakadagami is made up of Sakat, once, and Agami, coming. Once coming here means once coming back. The disciple who reached the second stage of enlightenment must come back to this human world once. But first, he will be reborn among the celestial beings. After he dies from the celestial life, he will be reborn in the human world. Because he comes back to this world only one time, he is called a once returner. So Sakadagami actually has two more rebirths, not one more. One as a celestial beings and the next as a human beings. After coming back to this human world once in this life, he will reach the other higher stages of enlightenment. And we make an end of suffering. And what kilesa, what mental defilements does a Sakadagami abandon? What defilements he abandoned? Unlike a Sotapanna who abandons or who destroys three factors, a Sakadagami does not eradicate any particular mental defilements. His achievement lies in making the remaining mental defilements weaker or thinner, particularly sensual desire, kamaraga, and ill will, kamaraga and dosa. The Sakadagami state has sensual desire and ill will, but these two and remaining mental defilements arise in the Sakadagami's minds very infrequently, not as frequently as they do in the minds of Putujana and perhaps Sotapanna. When mental defilements arise in Sakadagami, they are scattered and weak, thin. It is like a thin layer of cloud. Abba Patalanwiya, thin layer of cloud. It is like the wing of a fly. Mekika Matanwiya, the wing of a fly. So these kilesa are so thin and occur so seldom that, although we can say that Sakadagami have mental defilements, their minds are very pure. So we will continue this week. We have to stop our discourse for today. Other Sakadagami, Nagami, and Arahan, we need to explain. So may you practice meditation well by practicing vipassana meditation, by observing every phenomena occurring at the six senses, by observing the five aggregates subject to clinging as impermanent, suffering, and non-self, etc., by noting, rising, falling, sitting, stretching, bending, seeing, hearing, continuously and meticulously. May all yogis be liberated from suffering. May all yogis realize the real peace in the very near future. So,
sadhu, sadhu.